Welcome to all my seekers. Welcome back to the Book of Common Points. Grab a drink. Make a drink. Cheers to all my seekers. We are going to talk about study hacks. I don't like the word of hack, but the best way to study, the quickest way to retention, to memorize stuff, to log stuff into your mind. First, I want to make it very clear. I am not a psychologist. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a doctor. This is my opinion, okay? Through the years, I realized this works for me, and I put it in my book, The Book of Common Point. If you study the Common Point philosophy and you follow the Common Point philosophy, you will be able to study quicker. You will learn quicker. But I'm going to give you some of the tips that are in my book that will help you today. Today, right now, will save you a ton of time, ton of frustration in trying to learn when you're either in high school, junior high school, college, trying to pass a test, any of that kind of stuff. Here we go. I'm going to list maybe 5 or 6 different ways you can study better, study stronger, and not be putting a whole lot of time into it. First, location. Location is really critical when you're studying. I have found, and this is the number one hack that I have found to learn quicker, to retain quicker, to feel better about myself, is location. Where you study will help you retain better. Less interruptions, less peripheral noises, okay? Whatever. But what I'm saying is, if you're studying in the same location every day, you're studying same desk, same room, same chair, same location every day, break that pattern, change your location, study in different locations. The human mind, and this is what I've learned through the years, through my own practice, my own self-practice, as using me as a guinea pig, is if you change your location, I keep dropping my notes, if you change your location, it refreshes the mind. It's sort of like if you're in the house all day long and you take a walk in the park, you feel refreshed, you feel better because your mind is seeing a different pattern, a different atmosphere, a different environment. Change your environment. At least once a week, change your environment. You can take your books with you, you can take your tablet, you can take whatever you want to take with you that you're studying, but change your environment. I used to do this when I was in college. I was a music major and theater major, and I would be in the practice room and I'd practice for days and days, and I didn't see my progress till I decided to go to another university. I would go to another university, practice on a different piano, a different location, or go to a church and practice on the piano at a church, or go to a rec hall and practice, go to a friend's house. Anything you can do to change your location every week. Change your location every week. Cycle through 4 or 5 different locations, and you will see your retention really increase and how you're learning. If you're practicing something, if you're trying to memorize something, if you're trying to learn something, if you're trying to read something, whatever you're doing, that's number one. Find a different location every week to study. Find a different location every week to study. Don't get in your little comfort zone, your little pod in the same spot over and over and over again. What that does is it becomes redundant, it becomes boring, it becomes taxing, it becomes the mind gets bored, the body gets bored, everything, your whole anatomy gets bored with that same thing over and over and over again. So you won't retain as much, okay? That's number one. Location. Rest. Number 2, rest. Rest is very important for the mind. And when you retain and it really soaks in when you are sleeping, when you are resting. You don't learn anything when you are awake. You have an aha moment or you realize things when you're awake, but the mind doesn't catalog it and doesn't sink it in, doesn't really compute in your mind until you are resting. When you rest, Your mind's doing all the, excuse me, your mind is doing all the work for you, okay? So rest is very important. What I don't understand is a lot of people go to college and they spend a lot of time goofing off, playing around, and they're out and they're getting fatigued and they're getting worn out mentally, physically. They don't understand why they can't learn, and then they cram, and you're making it worse. It's like putting mud on top of mud on top of mud, and bricks on top of bricks on top of bricks. You're not going to learn that way. It's not going to sink in because your mind is going to shut down. Your mind is going to say, I don't think so. I don't think we want to learn. I don't think we want to retain this today. We don't want to soak this in today because we're exhausted. The mind, think of the mind as a muscle, even though it's an organ. See it as a muscle that you have to apply stress to it, then take stress off, stress to it, and take stress off. And then when you do that, like a sponge, it starts soaking stuff in, soaking that knowledge in, soaking that knowledge. Then it starts cataloging that knowledge. But that doesn't happen. That does not happen until you rest. How do I know this? By my own experiments. I've learned this by my own experiments. I can lay in bed, I can study and study. Then I lay in bed and I sleep and I get up in the morning and I know the subject. I remember the subject. I retain the subject. Rest is number 2. Get a lot of rest. If you're tired, rest. I just started. If I'm speaking really quick, I'm excited. Number 3, do not cram. Do not cram information. Try to cram information into your mind. Your mind will only take information in on its own terms, not your terms. So if your conscious mind is saying, well, I'm going to cram, and your subconscious mind saying, I don't think we're going to do this. Not today, okay? Cramming does not work. Cramming does not work. You might retain it momentarily for that day and pass a test and get through your class, but that's not learning. That is not learning. It's like recording something and erasing it. So do not cram. Pick a certain amount of time each day. Pick a certain amount of time each day. It could be 45 minutes. It could be an hour every day. And study that subject. Study that subject every day for that 30 minutes or that 45 minutes. Don't cram for hours upon end. Don't wait until 2 days or 3 days before your midterms, for your finals, to cram. Be responsible and put that time in every single day. Just compartmentalize that time and say, I am going to study this time every day. I'm back. So what I was saying is, do not cram. Try to cram it in. Think of it like, this is kind of a crazy analogy, but think of your brain as a jar. It's a jelly jar. And the information that you want to put into it is so much. It's like 24 ounces of information or 24 ounces of jelly. And you got to put that in there. You're not going to be able to cram all that in if you got 30 ounces or 40 ounces. Think of it that way. That's how the mind works. That's how I've learned how the mind works. So do not cram. Take segments of time each day to study. Number 4. Number 4, and this is a big one. If you're studying one subject, okay, let me say this the right way. It's easier to learn 3 subjects at the same time than it is to learn one subject. It is easier to memorize 3 classes, 3 subjects at one time than it is to learn one subject. Back to what I was saying earlier about the mind getting fatigued, getting tired, over and over, redundancy. If you do the same thing over and over and over again, I say change your locations. When you pick your subjects in college, look forward that year and say, these are the classes I need to take. Don't take 3 similar classes. Don't take 3 classes or 2 classes that are similar or alike, like 2 math classes or 2 English classes, or really mix it, just flip it. You're going to take a math class, and then you're going to take a athletic class. You're going to take a math class, and then you're going to take, let's get out of the sciences and math. You're going to take a humanities class. Completely different subjects. Make the subject completely different as you're scheduling your college classes. Look forward that year, the year that you're in school, and say, okay, I have to take all these classes, but make them so they're completely different in your semester or your quarter. Why is that? The human mind will get fatigued if it sets in the same thing over and over and over again. Like I said earlier, like changing your location. You can do the same thing by changing your classes, or changing your subject. So let's say you're taking math, and you're going to work on math. You're going to study math for 45 minutes a day or 2 hours a day. You study your math. And then you're going to flip. If you go into another subject that's similar, your mind is fatigued. Your mind is tired. Your mind doesn't want to do that anymore. Your mind says, well, we've had enough, okay? So what you need to do is, if you're taking a math class, then take a completely different subject, maybe dance, maybe theater, maybe speech, whatever, something completely different. And that will, the subject you were studying earlier will be rested, will be in the background while you're doing that next subject. And it will be cataloging that original subject while you're working on the next subject. Follow what I'm saying? So don't stack your classes that are all the same. Try not to stack your classes that are all the same. It's harder. Your mind doesn't work that way. It's not like you're thinking like, and this is contrary to popular belief, by the way. This is my belief. But it is believed that the more you cram on the same subject over and over and over again, the more you're going to retain. But it doesn't work that way, because the mind will get tired. Mind will get fatigued. Mind says, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do this. Hold that thought. Hang on. Must have a drink. I talk about how to study in my book, The Book of Common Point. Okay. I wanted to do not a class. I wanted to do a video on this, because this is very important, and I want you guys to understand how to study. Here's number 6. Keep dropping this. Here's number 6. Learn how to study before you study. As I'm giving you all this information right now, learn how to study. Don't just drop into a class. I'm going to college now. I'm in high school now. I'm a senior. I'm a junior. I'm where I'm at. Wherever you are, take the time. This will save you hours and hours of frustration and study time and restudy time if you learn how to study. What do I mean by this? Everybody's mind works similar, and everybody's mind works different, because our anatomy is similar, but we have different personalities. We have different makeup. We have different energy levels. We have different diets. We have different focus. We have different dreams. We have different ideas about the world, about ourselves, all of that. We are all different. We are all different human beings. Even though we are human, we are all different. So understand yourself. What works for you? Being that I'm giving you all these lessons, all these concepts, what works for you out of all the things that I gave you, or all the above that I gave you? Because you might be a very fidgety person. You might be a high energy person. And if you're a high energy person, that moving around might work for you. Or moving around more might work more for you, or less. So learn how to study. Number 7. I'm going to run out of fingers. I'll do it this way. 7. Number 7, understand yourself. Understand your weaknesses. Understand your strengths. See yourself that way. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare yourself to the growth of others. Okay? When I was in college, I was always the last person out doing an exam. I was always the last person out because I knew me. I had to analyze. I analyzed the test, analyze the question, think about it, let it sink in. And I took my time. I took as long. I mean, if I had 2 hours to do the midterm or the final, if I had 2 hours, I took the 2 hours. If you can rush through a test, that's great. If you achieve it, if you know you're going to pass, if you know you're going to nail it. But if you have any doubt in your mind, take that whole time. If the professor or the teacher gives you 2 hours to do that test, do that test. Take the 2 hours up to the very last minute. Don't look at the other students in the class. They do not exist. Don't look at the other students. Oh, well, he left. He's smarter than me. He left. He did it quicker than I did. They left. Oh, my God, there's only 6 students in the room. I better get down to it. Don't let that affect you. Don't let that even affect you. Just put blinders on and say, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to take all the time I can, or all the time I've been given to take this midterm and take this final. Don't rush, because there's a lot of reasons for this. You're not putting pressure on the mind, not putting pressure on you emotionally, on your blood pressure, on your mental state. Relax, sit there, and take all the time you can to do that test. If you get 2 hours, take the whole 2 hours. When you get to, let's say, 10 minutes into that 2 hours, review the test. Start from the top and go all the way down. Am I sure about that? Am I sure about this? Am I sure about that answer? Am I sure about this answer? Take the time to review the whole test at the end. Don't rush. Don't feel rushed. Don't let yourself be pressured into trying to finish quickly. And have some rum and coke while you're taking the test. That'll work. Last, number 8, the very last one. If you do not do well on a test, do not beat yourself up. Use that as a learning experience and look back and reflect and say, why did I not do well on this test? What was something I did not do? What was one of the things that John talked about that I did not do? I did not focus on. Location, rest, don't cram. What are some of the things? Why did I not do well on this test? There's a reason. It's not because you didn't. It's not because you're not intelligent or you can't learn it. Everybody can learn. Everybody can learn. Everybody learns at a different level. I'm a slow learner. I'm a very slow learner. It's just the way my mind works. But what's good about this is what I've learned about most people that are slow learners like myself. Slow learners never forget it. They never forget it. So think in terms as when you are studying for a test. If you're a slow learner, take your time to study. Okay? And you'll never forget it. Let's review this real quick. Study hacks that work. Location. Change location. Study hacks that work. Rest. Rest your mind. Rest your body. Study hacks that work. Do not cram. Take the time to do the study properly. Do not cram. You probably will be in college once, unless you're going to go on and getting a master's degree or a doctorate degree. But if you're going to be in college just to get a 4-year degree or a 2-year associate degree, you're going to be there one time maybe in your life. Enjoy that time and don't rush it. Don't push it. Enjoy it and study and learn as well as you can the subject that you're studying in that university or that college or that community college. Because time will go by and you're going to get older. You go, well, I can't go back now. I got a family now. I got kids now. I got married now. I got a career now. I'm settled in my career now. I'm older now. Most people don't ever go back and don't finish if they didn't finish. So take the time and finish. And I want to close with this. If you're doing if you're getting just a basic degree in college, it's not really a serious major. You're just going to college to go to college. Finish it. Finish it. Even if you're in second year and you're saying, man, it's not what I want to do. I don't want to be in college anymore. Screw it. It's wasting my time. Finish it. The reason I'm saying that because you want to be able to show yourself that you finished something. Also, if you're going out into the workplace and you're getting a job, our society, our corporate society, wants to see that you finish something. It's not necessarily what you finished. It's not necessarily the degree that you're majoring in. It is the fact that you finish your degree. When you can put that on the paper, when you do your application at a job, I don't care if it's just a menial job and you need a job and it's at a grocery store, they will look at it and say, this person finished college. This person, it doesn't matter the university or the college or the school, none of that matters. In our society in the United States, most managers will give you a leg up if they see that you finish something, because they want people that are going to be reliable to go and work for them. Even if you're going to get a menial job just to make side money, they want somebody that's going to be reliable. And when you finish college, that is on paper that you are reliable, that you stuck it out and you finished. So no matter what it is, finish. Okay? I need a drink. I'm going to close. Those are the 6 or 8, 9 things of advice that I can give you. Study hacks. Okay? And if I sound rushed, because I'm excited about doing the video. Study hacks at work. Location, rest, don't cram. All the above. And this, I'm going to close with this. Do not beat yourself up if you do not do well on a test. Do not beat yourself up if you don't do well on a test. I stutter. Sorry. My mind gets going quicker than my mouth, or my mouth gets going quicker than my mind, and I tend to stumble over my words and I get excited about stuff. That's just me. It's the way I talk. So I want to close on that. Don't beat yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Oh shit, I didn't pass that exam, or I got to take it over. Don't do that. Just look back and examine the exam. Examine your process. Like I said, where did you go wrong? What did you do? What happened in that process before you got to take that test or that midterm or that final to make you not get a good grade? There was something that you did. There's something that you did. And hone in on that and say, oh, John was right. I need to go to a different location. John was right. I need to not cram. I need to study every day. So if you can take that 30 minutes or 45 minutes every day. Also, here's another tip. I'm going to add another one, number 9. When I say location, you don't have to go to another state. I used to go, when I was doing piano study, I go to another university and practice. But you don't have to go out somewhere. You can do it within your own house. You can study on the back porch. Okay? Or you can study in the backyard. But here I'm going to tell you something. And this, you're going to disagree with me, but I'm going to tell you, this is true. I love people say, well, I want to study there because I did this when I was in college. I would go in the library and I would sit in the same spot all the time because I liked the view. I liked the view out the windows because I went to college in California, and I would sit in the window in the library on the second level and I'd look out and see the mountains. That made me feel at peace. Okay? That's fine to do for a while, but you got to break that habit. You got to break that. So, well, okay, I'm not going to sit. And there would be sometimes I would go and want to sit in that same spot, and it was taken. Somebody else is studying there. So I had to take my books and go study somewhere else. You know. Also, give yourself space. If you got a big table, give yourself space to study. Spread everything out. Don't have everything all crammed in a little spot. So try to break that habit. Do it for a while to be comfortable, to get started, but try to break that habit of studying in the same place over and over and over again. That's what's bad about studying on a computer at home, because you're in the same spot over and over and over again, and it's not good for retention. It's not good for retention. So if you can take your tablet or your laptop, if you're studying out, go somewhere else. Even you got to go in the living room and sit on the couch, kick your feet up, and do it there. Okay? Do it there. Change location. Changing location. Where are my notes? Say hacks. Changing location is probably the number one at all those I listed. Changing your location. You start feeling comfortable and you're nice and cozy and you got your cookies and your milk and all the stuff that you're doing while you're studying. Break that pattern. Break that comfort zone. Break that comfort zone. Because that is going to make you lazy-minded. And you retain more when you break that comfort zone. It's all in my book, The Book of Common Point. If you want to learn more, excuse me, no messages. If you want to learn more about the Common Point philosophy, how to study, how to live an amazing life, check out all my other videos about the Common Point philosophy. If you want to buy my book, you can go online and buy my book from PayPal. I think it's $45. Just click on the PayPal link and you can buy my book. And I will send it to you if it's within the United States. Number 2, down in the show notes, click on my song playlist. My song playlist. You can listen to my lyrics. My lyrics also are related to the philosophy. How to live organically, close to the earth, how to live natural, how to remain natural, and how to remain human. What the Common Point philosophy is about. Love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Good luck with your studies. Put a comment, add a comment down and tell me how you're doing. Give me some feedback. Love you guys. Gotta go. Bye now.